Hello everybody, so 2025 is coming to an end and I have been doing some reflections on my reading journey and I feel I have lost my spark. I haven't been reading as much as I used to. The books that I read, I become very disinterested in it. I'm not very interested in the books that I read and that is entirely my fault. I am a very ambitious person. I pick up books that are very hard to read and that are very lengthy, which means that after finishing those books or during the period of time that I'm trying to finish this book, I would be put into a very deep reading slump, so I haven't been reading as much. And so I have not learned my lesson, and here are the books that I want to finish by the end of this month, by the end of 2025. And one more thing to note is that I am not a mood reader or a seasonal reader. I don't read books depend on the seasons. I read books depend on my interest at the time. If I'm intrigued in a certain topic, I would pick the book based on that. But without further ado, here are the books that I want to read by December 31st. So let us start with the first book that I am very excited about. This is Bill Bryson's famous work, A Short History of Nearly Everything, A Journey Through Space and Time. I feel like I really want to get into more scientific stuff. I have a course in my university that I'm doing right now, which talk about cost-benefit analysis. But the lecturer that was teaching this course know everything from the geographic of the locations to the hydrology to the mountain range, biodiversity of the area. I feel like he just know everything, and I aspire to be that. I aspire to know everything. I want to be a jack of all trades, even though I can never be a master of one. I can be better. So I decided to pick this book up because I want to know about everything. Curiosity is the flame in my life, a flame that keep me going. So I thought picking Bill Bryson book up is the best choice because he know how to make things very digestible. He can dumb down a historical, well, not dumb down, but he written it in a way that anyone can understand, because most of the time when you read a scientific book or read a scientific article, sometimes it is very hard to understand most of the words or most of the key terms. So this is a great way or great introductions into scientific stuff. This book it's about everything. It's from the Big Bang to the rise of civilizations. And though it is published in 2003 and now it's 2025 and we all know how much technology have advanced still since then, it is still a very great foundations for anyone who wants to read about science stuff. And I want to read about science stuff, so I'm ready to explore more about everything. And Bill Bryson is a hilarious author. As written in the review, people said they burst out laughing while reading his book. So I like a funny author and I am ready and I'm so excited to read this book. So the next book is George Orwell. This by George Orwell. This is Seeing Things as They Are, Selected Journalism and Other Writings. This book is published after George Orwell's death, but it is very essential. I love George Orwell. He is one of my favorite author in the entire world. He written The Animal Farm and 1984, which are very influential and a great way to see how power dynamic work and how the politics work. And I feel like I just want to know more about him, and reading this book would provide me those. This book is just a collection of his rambling, his writing, his poem, his view on things, his article and other stuff before, during, and after his famous work, his written work. So I did read some of the books, which I found it very interesting. I really like how his mind works. He have a way of being very brutally honest. The next book is Why Nations Fell. This book talk about how some nations are able to advance and become so developed while others stay behind, even though they develop at the same time. And I did read this book. As you can see, I have started to get into most of this book but it is sometimes very hard to get through. And this book, I have read it and put it back down because of, well, at the time I do not like the way that this book is written. It is so Eurocentric. It prays how the white civilizations or the western part of the regions are very developed because of this, and then criticize how the other part of the world are not developed because they don't adopt this Eurocentric or white-centric way of governing. And that what made me put this book down at first. But I feel like I have to be open-minded, and even though I don't like it, I feel I would like it if I go on and continue to read, because I am a very biased person and I have different bias on different things and topics in the world. So by reading this, it might broaden my horizons, and also it is a required reading for my course, for my major that I'm doing. So I'm going to finish this, even though I'm not sure if I'll finish it in the month of December. The next book that I'm excited about is The Romance of Three Kingdoms by Lau Guanzhong. This book is a retelling of a historical events that happened in ancient China during the Han Dynasty. So it is during the end of the Han Dynasty and the rise of three kingdoms or three states where this story takes place. And I decided to pick this up because my dad and I used to watch the drama that was aired in 2010. So I decided to pick it up and revisit the story because I am also very interested in the political state of ancient China and how human nature can literally create and destroy a whole nation. And also I have always been an avid C-drama watcher, so political intrigue, count me in. And lastly, this is the book that I'm currently reading that I'm so excited to talk about. This is Sylvia Plath books. It is the unabridged journal of Sylvia Plath. I have not, believe it or not, read the Bell Jar because I feel like I want to get to know a bit more about the author before I get into her work. And by far, I am not disappointed at all. Sylvia Plath is just such a great writer. I found so many great quotes from her book, and she just knows how to describe an event that I cannot even put a word to it. The way she writes book is such a classic way. It's such a modern way of writing. She have a very talented mind. She's just very talented. And I aspire to be her. So if you have been thinking about picking up Sylvia Plath's journal, pick it up. You will not regret it. I just have been savoring it. I do not want to finish this book because of how fun it is to read. And that is it for the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.